What song was that?
Never before.
Not sure what song.
Okay. I used to know the name of that. What was that called? That is the official song of the colonizer.
But first things first, were you able to complete the transaction?
I'm waiting for the email.
So you did place the order? You're just waiting for the email for them to confirm?
I'm waiting for the letter.
Things are very dire in the household, viewers. Very dire. Living Ishé is playing games. He's withholding.
Girl.
He's withholding medicine.
Why are you giving out all my secrets, girl?
He's withholding medicine.
Hey, no, we're not. Hey, why? I ain't got no room.
They need to see this. You want me to scoot over? To
No.
the left, to the left.
Nope, never
Everything
mind.
you own in a box.
You
to
just
the
want to be
left.
close to me, so it's all right.
I mean, well, that's for certain. Could you blame me with all of this? Notice,
Oh, my
viewers,
goodness.
welcome back to Africa.
I think I'm secretly happy. I don't gotta wake up early. Okay.
Hello, Mama Africa. How are you?
Can
I'm
you see the rains are
feeling
down
fine,
tonight?
and I hope you're fine too. Extra points to who remembers that track. Who's that by? It's our reggae tune, our big tune.
I knew what it is. I know what it is.
Do you?
I know what it is.
Really?
I know what it is.
So anyways, welcome back, viewers. I'm wearing this Mama Africa top. Why? Because we are about to hit the road to Africa. That's right. In T-minus 1 week, 7 days, we are back to the motherland. Stay tuned. We'll be bringing you updates.
To my
That's right.
roots.
He's 48% Nigerian. If you watch his videos, you know that he took his DNA test multiple times. And so we are going to Niger, home of Nollywood.
And Ishé would soon.
It's a family channel. You're the one that always says that to me.
It's a family channel, boy.
But stay tuned here because there will be loads of family-friendly content coming to you by way of Niger.
Niger Wood.
So we're just getting in the,
Okay.
in the swing of things. So that's why we have guacamole, because that clearly came from Africa. Just kidding. But it is Living Ishé's phenomenal recipe. That is our mukbang today.
We're doing guac. It's Monday, and we said, what the hell? Let's just have some guac. Well, I said, I don't know. I had a taste for guacamole.
And his guac is...
Hey, it's Ishé's guac. You know, you better ask somebody.
Ask me.
Ask her.
It's really great
fresh
guac.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's fresh. We had the fresh cilantro.
Mm-hmm.
Cilantro. The fresh avocado. Aguacate. We got the fresh tomate.
Pomodori.
We got the fresh cebolla.
Is that onion?
Onion.
Cipolle.
And we got the fresh, what is it?
Lime
What
juice.
else? And I ain't gonna tell y'all no more. That's my secret.
Oh yeah, he does have a couple of things in there that are
Yeah,
hush hush.
yeah. So you
Classified.
gotta come here to Casa de Ishé.
By invitation only.
And you're all invited. Invitation only, you're all invited. All right, so.
But wait, also you are eating some other things. What's on your plate there?
I got some foot.
Which is broken up injera, and I mix it with some greens that I made yesterday. And he has a side of salad. So, see, this is what we were talking about. We're mostly raw, but then you look at this. This is not raw, but it's gluten free.
I mean, yeah, we're doing a little,
We're gonna do a full reset when we get back from Nigeria.
Yeah, because I'm going suya.
Oh yeah.
On that aim. I'm getting suya, boy.
One in Rome, or in this case, one in Lagos.
One in Lagos.
One in Lagos. Shout out to WizKid and Starboy.
They're my cousins, y'all.
Tiwa Savage. Tiwa Savage.
That's my cousin too.
Thames.
My cousin.
Burna Boy.
My cousin.
And of course, how can we forget Soulja Boy? And
He might be a distant relative.
And speaking of, what is it that we're here to do? Let's tell the people.
Oh.
Speaking of Soulja Boy, although he's not, thankfully, he's not in this
We're
current season.
We're here to review 90 Day Fiance. But first, welcome to our channel. I don't know, see, I always forget, but this time I had to remind her to say welcome to our channel. So welcome to our channel.
Called?
Meet Takesta and Jones.
Takesta and Jones.
I am Living Ishé Reviews. That's my whole name. To say the whole thing, Living Ishé Reviews. Say the whole word like a pimp named Slickback. Say the whole thing. You can't say Slickback. You can't say Ishé. You gotta say Living Ishé Reviews. Ninja, are you deaf? It's a pimp named Slickback. Okay. So, and this lovely woman is
Lisa, also known as the Alkali Yogi. Yogi, I'm the Alkali Yogi.
She's also the Habesha nightmare.
Or dream.
No.
Sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare. All right, wash down my anxieties this evening because we're low on medication in the household because he is playing with me.
We're talking of the plant-based kind.
He's messing around with me, so I'm going to
I forgot to re-up, y'all.
my nerves.
What I'm saying, y'all. I've got to re-up,
I'm
everyone.
going to soothe my nerves with some tea. That's what I'm mucking bang on.
We're tea. I can't even say that. We're not tea-bagging. We're tea-banging. It's not a cuss word. It's just
a family channel. You're always telling me that
this is a family channel.
Where's the family content?
Alkali Yogi.
That's right. Keep it clean.
Okay, so let's
season 101 of 90 Day Fiance in this here year 2035.
What? This is season 9, babe.
I know, but doesn't it feel like it's been going on for ages, guys?
I know. Episode 1. It's gonna be like General Hospital, going on since before I was born. Still going on the air. Anyway, 90 Day Fiance, season 9, episode 1. This is called Ketchup to My Mustard. Ketchup to My Mustard. So, you know what? It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you without a smooth review to step 2.
That was good.
We got 3 episodes to review, and we're going to run through them. Okay?
All of them?
That's what
just 1, 2, 3?
he said.
We're not going to do... He's
I don't know.
problematic.
I'm
Who's
feeling
problematic,
crazy.
viewers? Let us know in the comments. Is it I or is it he? And
blinking,
also,
y'all.
I was under the impression we were going to do 1 and 2, And then 3 and 4.
No, we're gonna want 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Well, it is Ishé's world, so let's go with it.
All right, let's
Run
get
it.
Run it. Run it back. Run it back.
Shout out
Bring
to
it
Mag.
back.
Mag's bitter truth.
Cause yeah, it's rough being a Jamaican and Nigerian, as I found out.
These DNA tests have created a whole monster.
Whole monster, y'all.
Whole monster.
Yeah, I have a whole new. Who knew? Anyway, I always knew, but let's go. Episode 1. We talking the new characters, right? So we got this guy named Bilal. He is 42. He's from Kansas City, Missouri. He calls himself Hood Bougie. I ain't even going there right now, but he's called himself Hood Bougie, and he's a Muslim, born and raised Muslim, and he has OCD. He is a real estate investor and realtor.
Continue. I'm going to get our glasses.
We'll be right back.
Continue.
What? You just...
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no.
Don't fire me. Put me on probation, but don't fire me.
People.
What's the point of having them?
These are our
To
computer
protect.
glasses, because, again, I got 80/80 vision.
See now the blue light's being reflected back, away from the retina, away from the pupils,
All right.
shielding our eyesight. And
All
we're
right.
back.
And I feel like a news reporter now. And we're back. And so now we're going back to Bilal. He is the OCD Muslim hood bougie fellow who's divorced with 2 kids, and his wife is named Shahida. And she's 37, and they're still friendly, they're still cool, they're still bosom buddies because they got 2 kids to share, and they have a good co-parent relationship, which is how it should be. That's what it's about. You can't be mad because it didn't work out, but you got these kids, so kudos to him. So she wants am I saying this? Oh, his girl, his fiance is named Shaida. Shaida. His past is named Shahida. His new girl is Shaida. So anyway,
That
Shaida
sounded like you said
wants
the same
kids.
name twice.
I can't pronounce it. Shahida.
We'll just
Shaida. Sheeda.
We'll just go
It's so
Sha
close.
1 and Sha 2.
Sha 1 and Sha 2.
Sha 1 is
Good luck.
ex-wife with the children. Sha 2,
Okay.
she's the one with the ring on it.
So his new his new fiance, they met in Trinidad. Well, they met online, right? And they got engaged after 7 days of just knowing each other. He went down to Trinidad. You know, he sound like me because I get my porn. Everybody's porn. Anyway.
What say you? You get your what?
Nothing.
Let the people know.
I get my women from the foreign.
Mm.
From foreign. Anyway.
He doesn't shop locally.
I have to outsource. Okay. So he said, when talking about the kids with his new fiance, she even says, he says, obviously she's not going to be your mother, but he says one thing to his kids, but another thing to her. Did I say that right?
I think so, yeah.
He said
I
to,
follow you.
so he says to his kids, she's obviously not going to be your mother.
Right, because their mother is still
Right,
picture,
but
thankfully, yeah.
to her, he says,
Right.
you're obviously going to have to step into mother
Some
role.
role.
Yeah.
Well, what say you? You know this from experience. How should something like that work? Because especially when the mother is still very much in the picture. So what's really required?
Yeah.
What, in your opinion, is required of the father's new partner.
See, he got a good situation because his ex is all on board. She's already moved on. She's married. She has, and she's good with, they got a good relationship. So she is accepting of the new wife. So as long as that's there, then yeah, the new wife can be the mother too, take on the mother role. My past, it didn't work out that way because, I don't want to get into that. But if you get the wrong kind of ex, is gonna be problems. So if you have a great ex who is smart, intelligent, educated, then your new life will be better. But if you got one of those exes that's like that, it's gonna be some troubles. But anyway, in a perfect world, yes, the new wife is new mom to your kids.
Like a bonus mom.
Yeah, and she has bonus kids.
Right.
So yeah, he's got a good situation going on. I hope you don't mess it up, Bilal.
But question for you.
You can only wish for that.
Speaking to the youngins, because he is a man of a particular age, he's seasoned. Who determines? Is it the dad that determines? I need you to step into this role when the children are here visiting. I want you to take on a motherly role. Or is the woman supposed to assume that, or is there a conversation that's to be had?
It should be a conversation. Right when you meet, you have that conversation, and like if it's the man and the woman's coming into his world, he should definitely tell her, "Hey, I want you to step into the mom role if you're comfortable. If not, we'll just keep it like this," and make sure his ex-wife, is okay with that. If you don't talk to your ex-wife, then you just handle it in-house. But there's certain roles that everybody has. And yeah, it's fine. But if the man is coming to the woman's world with her kids, she is the queen bee. The women have the power with the kids.
Right.
So whatever the woman says on that end, hey, I want you to be their father and take care of them. There you go. Okay.
Good to know.
Yeah. So, I was lucky when my role reversal, I was given, full range of being the dad, and I was, their dad. And yeah, that worked out. That worked out good. On my end with my kids, it was, anyway, so let's go back to the show. Cara is 29. She's from Charlottesville. She's kind of cool. She speaks, she's got freckles and red hair. She speaks three different languages. She's a real hustler. She's got like all kinds of jobs, and she's really creative. I like that about her. And her fiance is Guillermo. He's 23 though. So she's 29. He's 23. It's already done. Right now, everything's cool, but I can already tell you it's done. It's done, son. Done. It's only a matter of time.
Wow.
Yeah, because she's already kind of treating him like get over here.
Because you know what it's like to date an older woman.
I know that too.
Yeah,
Jesus,
he did not love it. He is seasoned. I told you, he's a gentleman. He's very youthful because I feed him all this alkaline goodness. So you can't tell that he's 85. Just kidding. He's nowhere near 85, but he is seasoned. And he actually had that that's right. And he's had that experience of dating an older woman. It wasn't for him. He decided.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Different strokes for different folks. I'm not saying it's positive or negative.
Yeah.
But for him,
some tell. Well, she met him at a bar she was at, and he was a waiter or bartender.
Right.
And so I already know she's going to be the breadwinner. So it's not going to work.
But you were the breadwinner, and you still didn't feel like it worked out for you. So I guess there are layers, I think.
There's layers. Yeah. I'm just saying, in my humble opinion, I don't think it's going to last long term. But I could be wrong. I'm not Negrodamus. I don't know everything.
Nostradamus?
Yeah.
Negrodamus. I love that.
All right, let's get on, shall we? We got the star of this season, Jibri. He's 28, Rapid City, South Dakota. He is a character. He is multi-racial.
Multimedia, multi.
When I say multiracial, he comes from a mix. One parent's mix, and the other one we don't know. But he looks like a black man to me. So I'm just gonna give him the. He calls himself biracial. I mean, whatever.
His dad was either half black or full black, though.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, for all intents, some people just want to be whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
we'll let you have it, Jabiri. Whatever you want. If you love it, if you like it.
I don't have a right to tell you what you are. David is his best Serbian friend. So yeah, Jibri has a friend from Serbia, and his soon-to-be fiance is Serbian, but she's an ethnic Serbian. So David is a white Serbian, and well, she's white, but she.
There's a thing.
What did you say? Go ahead, talk about her.
First of all, do you believe that there is such thing as colored Serbians? I don't know. Educate us, folks, because I don't know a lot about Serbia, but I will say that woman right there, she's blackfishing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to call it what it is. Beautiful young woman, very stylish, body, all the rest. That I could see how she would be an influencer. I'm sure she's very popular on the gram. But baby girl, you're blackfishing, because unless we're referring to ethnicity as people from Eastern Europe, then what I'm getting from this is someone who is altering and augmenting their appearance to make it seem like they are more brown / olive / exotic.
Basically, she is Kim Kardashian.
And it started with that family, if we're being honest. So
yeah,
if we're going to credit anyone for starting this, it's them.
And her name is Miona. So then we go to Emily.
Good luck with that, Jabiri.
Yeah, he's gonna need some, because I know he's gonna be going through the ring or the hoops and everything.
She's a handful, that one.
Oh my ODB. Okay, Emily, she's 29. She's from Salina. They call it Salina, Kansas. A lot of Midwest folks. She only dates black men. Let's put it that way. There's only 2 black men in her town, and she dated both of them. And they both were jailbirds. They are all in jail, incarcerated, let me say. She met her Cameroonian prince fiance. His name is Kobe. He's from Douala, Cameroon. He's 34. Seems like a real cool guy, like solid. I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with him at the moment. But interesting story. She was a English teacher in China, and I've been to China. There's a few Africans around, and it's pretty easy if you're in a club that plays hip hop, you're gonna run into an African. So she met this guy at a club, had a one-night stand, bam, baby. So he was a one-hitter quitter, but he didn't quit her. They stayed in touch. And so they eventually got married because they got a cute baby. I think the baby's like, what, 2?
Well, they're not married yet.
I mean, they're going to get married.
Visa. He's just arrived on his visa.
So yeah, that one-night stand thing, man, it's a killer. So now they go back to Jibri. Jibri, he moved back home with his mom and stepdad. He's traveling with his band, doing young man stuff, which you should keep doing, in my opinion, because you're about to throw it all away. But anyway, when you get 40s in your 40s, then, but anyway, they both are not smart with money. Him and his new fiance, he even admitted that, like, they both will probably spend. They're going to be in credit card debt at the yin yang. I'm just saying. And his girl is telling him that she doesn't want to be in South Dakota, where he was born and raised and where he's living. She don't want to be there because he promised her when she moves out that they're going to move to LA. But then when she get out there, it's a different story. See, he did that to get her there, and that's already, it's not good. It's not good.
And also, she has not done her research on LA.
Yeah.
To live even remotely decently in LA at their young age, they're looking at having probably, I'd say anywhere between 8 and 12 flatmates.
And he's not working. I mean, he
Right.
doesn't have a career. He's a musician, singer, and it's not enough to pay the bills. That's why he moved back in with his mom.
And LA is one of the top 5 most expensive cities in the country?
LA is the
Easily.
second.
Okay.
Oh no, San Francisco, then LA, I think. So New York is first. So
She's
yeah,
done her research.
yeah. I mean, she's on Instagram. That's the only research she do.
Those people on Instagram are Airbnb those places that they photograph themselves in by the hour. They're paying for a couple of hours and then they are out of there. For the most part, they live with many flatmates. Many flatmates.
How many? Many.
Many. Exactly.
So, yeah, she commented. She was like, if I wanted to live in a small city like a 50-year-old, I'd stay back in Serbia. So, yeah, she's got to be there for 12 months. Good luck. So, yeah, I noticed he had a lot of tattoos, a lot of white people tattooed on him, but, you know, he's got that in him. Anyway, we got Cara. They go back to Cara. She flies down to DR, picks up her dude. He's happy as a lark. It's all, you know, bubbly sunshine and roses and cotton candy right now and kittens. We'll see. And then we go back to Emily. Emily, she's asking her parents if they gonna approve. Pop is like, no nonsense. He's like, he knows her history. 2 black men are the only black men in the city, and both of them was bums. They're both incarcerated. So he's like, I don't have no expectations of this dude. I know he's gonna be a bum just like you used to dating. So he's gonna watch him closely like a hawk. He's talking finances. He's like, this guy gonna be able to finance himself. And we found out that, Kobe opened up a cafe in Cameroon, but he sold it before he moved, and he didn't get a profit, but he got back what he put into it. So I think that's his life savings right now. He probably got that he's gonna bring with him. So the pop is talking about, damn, I'm gonna have to support a whole family plus your family. And he's just leery and skeptical, and rightly so. I mean, his daughter, she's the only, they got two daughters, and they seem very liberal with her, but she does her own thing. And right now she's a nanny. I think that's the only job she can be instead of a teacher. I mean, she's in Kansas and not near a city. Town only has 2 black people. I think they had one more black people. One more black person.
One more black people.
I seen one. Yeah, I seen one black person when they were
in the restaurant.
In the restaurant. But Pop wants the man to prove himself when he gets there. So we go back to Jibri. He's talking to his mother, Mahala. Now that's a black name. She's very light complected, but she is black. You can tell she just got this look that about black moms. Like she's, he's a grown man, but she still get her say.
Mm-hmm. Well, she probably grew up around that time, right?
Yeah, she got dreads and they braided up, and she
knows a thing or two.
Yeah,
about the revolution, about the fight, the Black Power.
Yeah, and she's just wondering, like, she's seen the girl on Instagram and FaceTime. She's like, I hope she don't think she gonna be dressing like that around here. Like, I'm just,
not in
my
front of her husband.
Yeah, because that's his stepdad. It's not his biological dad.
That's right.
She's like, I know she ain't gonna be dressing like that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So the mom is also, she's trying to understand why he doesn't understand why she's so conservative and worried, about the whole thing. because, you know, she's getting older. Mayona's getting older, but she's not acting like it. You know, she's not acting like she's growing up in womanhood to be a wife.
That's because she's like, only 23.
Exactly. So he doesn't understand. Why don't you understand? Because you're young too.
Mm-hmm. If she were 33, she'd be ready.
Right. So mom is also concerned about the fiance's temperament. She's like, I noticed she got smart with you when we were all on the FaceTime, and I hope she don't try to get smart with me. It's a black mom right there, man. Come on. But he's got the only child syndrome, I'll call it. He's spoiled, period. He is spoiled. And he's a spoiled man now. He's living in his parents' house, driving their car, doing little chores here and there, bringing his new fiance in there, man. Anyway, then we go back to Bilal. Oh, did you have something to say, babe? All right, let's see. We go back to Bilal. Bilal is starting this experiment it is, I don't know why. Like, he is such a dweeb for doing this. So he's gonna test Shaida to see if she's a gold digger or not. He's a real estate investor, and it's funny. So this experiment, he is gonna when she gets to the airport, he's gonna so he has a nice big house, sprawling estate, and he has a Mercedes. It's a C-Class. Come on, man. Like, he acting like he got, you know, he's so rich when you're driving a C300, man. I mean, it's a nice car, but
tell the
you know,
people, because they're like me, they probably, a lot of them don't know what the difference is.
So there's different classes of Mercedes. If you're balling, if you're rich like he's trying to portray, you're gonna be in the E-Class.
Ooh. That's
up to 80,000 start.
Oh.
E-Class, that's what we're talking. Or S-Class, that's the big boy. So the big boys is driving the E and the S-Class. G, unless you're doing the G-Wagon, but the A-Class and the C-Class, that's the A-Class beginner models. C-Class, anybody who is middle class working person can afford this car. So anyway, I don't know. So he pulls up to the airport in a Sprinter van or some kind of van.
Not a Sprinter, that's a Mercedes.
No, it's not a Sprinter, my bad. He pulls up in a regular rundown van that,
like a utility van.
Like he's almost a painter or something.
Yeah, like a utility.
Yeah, it's a creepy it could be a molester van, Chester van. Means bothersome, by the way. But that word also means to bother somebody.
It's true. Yeah, in Spanish it does, you're right. I didn't realize in English also it did.
Well, I'm thinking Spanish, yeah.
Ah, okay. Carry on, sir.
Okay, so, yeah. Anyway, he picks her up in this van, and he decides to take her to his childhood home that is in the hood because he grew up poor, or somewhat poor, lower class, lower income. So they still have that house, and I'm like, you're a real estate investor and a real estate realtor. Why don't you flip this house or at least renovate it and rent it out, Airbnb it out, rent it out or something? But it's in the same condition as it was for years. Like, it's kind of run down. It needs some TLC.
It's dilapidated.
Oh yeah, so that's what Shaida calls it. It's dilapidated. So she is Trini, born and raised in Trinidad, and she is a Muslim.
And a yogi.
And a yogi. So basically that was it for episode 1. Did you have anything to add for episode 1, dear?
No, we met them. It's cool.
Okay.
Let's go to episode 2.
Let's go to episode, okay, 2. And this episode is entitled Home Sweet Hoax. And they named that because of Bilal doing this dumb idea. It's kind of funny, but it's mean. So even Bilal's wife said, "Oh yeah, you got your little Mercedes. It is. It's a little Mercedes. It's not a big boy. It's not the big boy model. It's not even an AMG. It's not even a C, like a C43. It's just basic C300. Anyway, I wouldn't be trying to front like that, you know. But anyway, let's go back. So his plan is failing because when he picks her up at the airport, it's again roses, rose petals, cotton candy, kittens, rainbows. They're happy. She gets out in the yard, in the parking lot. He goes to the van. She's thinking that he's going to the car next to the van, but he goes to the van, and she's like, her jaw drops. She's like, why is he driving this old car? I think she's hoping it's for his work or something. He gets in, he's like, he throws her bags in the back. She's like, did you throw my bags on that garbage? There's garbage in the back. I like this woman, but she is funny. I think she was really taken aback because when she said when she met him in Trinidad, the one time he came with these expensive watches, wearing nice suits. He came with the Louis luggage. You know, he came suited and booted, and she's like, was that just smoke and mirrors? You know,
right?
Because you know all about that in New York.
I do. I do. And also, I wonder, why would you travel like that also to an island? You know?
I don't think he's been too many places, personally.
Yeah, you could be right about that. Because when I think about going to the islands, I don't think about bringing my finest, most expensive anything, but that's just me. I get it. It's very different if you're living that Jay-Z, Beyonce lifestyle because everything you have is high end.
And that's the thing, I think.
That's the thing. But if you're going on a holiday to the islands, first of all, it's in poor taste, I think, to be flashy in developing countries. That's just me personally, as somebody who comes from a developing country. But also, it's like, it's Old Beach anyways. So, you know, flip-flops, a duffel bag for a man who's there by himself solo, some t-shirts, maybe a dressy shirt to go with, you know, a pair of short trousers. But like, as far as like suits and expensive shiny watches and this, that, whatever, it's, for me, it's, you lost the plot. So I'm not really sure what you're doing.
He's
you lost
flexing
the plot.
for no reason.
Yeah.
Because he's the
you're
one.
making yourself a target also in these countries, by the way.
Exactly. You don't want to mess around in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. In any of the islands. Because you don't know hardcore until you've been caught up with someone in an alley in one of these islands.
Yeah. And I mean, he's the one who set the pace for this.
Mm-hmm.
So what else is she gonna think when he does that? Like, is he's trying to lead with his money, but when he before he met her, they would always FaceTime because of the row. They couldn't see each other for 2 years, so they had this online relationship, and he would never film his house or anything. He would always film up against a blank wall, and so she never saw what he has.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just wear normal, you know, regular clothes, t-shirts and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole thing where he's trying to see if she's out just for his money is all his doing. Like, you started it. So he's even telling her, you have to be grateful. Like, but he don't know what she's been through.
Right.
Like, she's complaining, of course, because she's like, I flew all the way here from my country, and I hope I ain't coming. Yeah, I hope I ain't coming into something where I could have just found.
Yeah, to
struggle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know he was doing that. Like, I'm 37.
That's right.
I can understand, like, if he was ambitious and he was getting on his feet.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would say for him, make sure you got everything together, before you bring her out there.
Right.
I mean, myself, prior experience, I've been there too. But I don't think I was fronting like I had all this stuff. But anyway, yeah, she's sacrificing a lot. So anyway, let's go to Cara and Guillermo. Sankey Panky. What was that? Something in DR they call Sankey Panky. Oh, yeah. Cougar.
Oh, yeah.
Cougar with a younger man. Anyway, I thought that was a funny word. I haven't heard
He
that.
didn't though.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, she's already treating him like, like a little youngin. But anyway, yeah, so we go back to them. He's feeling disrespected. Like, you can see it on his face. Like, she's joking with the other friends, calling him a youngin, like a toddler. She said, yeah, she used the word toddler. And he was like really kind of mad.
It just went down.
Yeah, you can't do that to Latino men. You can't be like that.
It's a bit, what's the word? Emasculated?
Emasculating,
Yeah.
in the word of machismo, you can't be that way. So anyway, we go to Eve. She's 48 and her fiance is 25.
Oh, disaster.
Yeah, so
Disaster.
Eve is Native American. She's real Native American from New Mexico. She's not a fake Indian, a pretendian. She's a real Native American. A real Native American. She is a acupuncturist and single mom. Her kid has severe autism. He has kidney disease and Downs, but he seems like a happy kid. She's got her boy toy though, Muhammad. So how are you gonna bring this 25-year-old from Egypt? She has special needs son. He's a very young man. I don't know his temperament. I don't know if he has the wherewithal to handle such responsibility at his age. Now, she does have a good she's not friends with her ex, but they co-parent. I'll just say that. She didn't really say that they was cool. So anyway, that could be a problem. We don't know. So anyway, she got her boy toy, Muhammad. So she's 48 and he's 25.
Disaster.
They met 2 years prior. So she was 46, met him, he was 23.
Un disaster. I'll continue to say it.
Man, come on.
Eve, I need you to tap into your ancestral wisdom because you come from extreme, wise traditions. This is not the move. This is not the move. It's not the move, period, because of the massive wage gap. Wage gap and age, both wage and age, if we're being honest, right? But for me, also in seeing that she has not only a son, but a special needs son, it will take someone extremely special, patient, mature, compassionate, kind, because that child is primarily in her custody, right? So he has to be in the home with this child every day. He'll have to take on some of that responsibility. He'll have some, he'll have to contribute in some way to his care. Whether it be taking him. Yeah,
he's going to be stepdad.
Whether it be helping him with his homework or getting him from here to there or making him something to eat, because this child is not very,
he's not high functioning.
Yeah, so bless him. So I think even had she not had a child, I think that this was doomed for disaster, not unlike you feel like Cara and Guillermo are destined to not work out. Not that we're wishing this on anyone, let's be clear. No. For me, I already didn't see Cara and Muhammad working out. No, not Cara, sorry, Emily? Eve and Muhammad working out. Forget the fact that he's infinitely younger and then he's Muslim. We've seen this already play out numerous times. More times than I even care to count. We've yet to see it work out once, but whatever. Now you're going to throw in this innocent child who needs stability, who needs compassion, who needs patience, and you expect that from a very fiery, young, hot, attractive man who's not traveled, who's not cultured. I'm not saying he can't be these things, but
he hasn't been anywhere outside his country.
For all we know, he's only lived with his family. And now you're asking him to take on this role. I would not only second guess it, I would third, fifth, and 10th guess, if it were me, bringing a man into my home, into my life. I would really think long and hard about that, because what you're asking of Muhammad, most people aren't going to want to accept. Never mind somebody who's 25 and has their whole life ahead of them. If I'm being brutally honest, I can't see a lot of people naturally signing up for this. Never mind somebody who's that young. So even for her to find someone that's a peer to her, that's going to be a challenge. You know, we can't negate that. Not everyone's going to want this role. Never mind a 25-year-old. But what say you, sir?
No, you said everything. I agree. All that.
Man, I don't want this for you, Eve. I'm telling you right now, and I don't want this for your son. I really don't.
I mean, yeah, she's already worried about the cultural differences, and you know, she's already having to think about the stuff she can wear around him. It was the PDA thing when they met at the airport. He didn't seem to care at the airport in the States about PDA, but in his country, no. But he has commented on her, you know, her clothing, and that's who she is. She's a free spirit, and her friends are even worried about that, you know.
Wait, we didn't even touch upon this. If this is true, what we've been told is that he's a virgin. He lost his virginity to her. This again, massive red flag. I can't believe that you would think that a man who's only been with one woman at his age will be content with that. For me, I mean, like, I don't see how he could be content with that, really and truly, because he's going to find other women his age very attractive, especially coming to a country like America, where people can be provocative, sexy, you know, where they're not forced to cover themselves up. And I'll also add that it's not fair to him, if I'm being honest. It's not fair to even have that expectation of him.
Right.
So I just think that on so many fronts, and Eve seems so sweet, so kind. She already has enough on her plate. I don't see this as being the thing that's going to complete her family. I don't. I really don't. And if anybody else sees it differently, let us know. I think you see it the same way that I do, that this can only end very badly. And I feel genuinely concerned for Eve and her son in this situation. And we've not even talked about the fact that, and I've mentioned this before in previous videos, when you come from cultures like that of Muhammad's, a child is an expectation. His own child. Yeah. His own family will not stop hounding him until he has his own child. We've kind of seen it play out a little bit with even Michael and Angela. Michael, who's in Nigeria, Angela, who's I think she's in Georgia, right?
Yeah, all the couples are African. Yeah, everybody from Africa that's been on this show has these expectations to have a child.
And you have to understand that it's not something that these young folks are just going to be able to say, oh, it's fine, I don't want, like they don't come from that, like they come from a culture where this is the expectation. They want it as well for the most part. And they won't be satisfied until they have a child. Michael won't be satisfied until he has a child. And he has said that himself, even though he's not in this particular iteration of 90 Day Fiance. I've heard him say this. And Muhammad, who's only 25, he may not say it to you today, tomorrow, or the next day, but I guarantee you,
it's coming.
It's coming. 100% it's coming. Because he's a young man. He's a young man. He might be ready in 10 years' time to have a child. And then what? So
they never learn. Nobody seems to watch the show, I guess.
Not just that, but it's the lack of understanding and being and having enough exposure to other cultures outside the American way. That's what
I mean, yeah, even if they don't, you know, have that exposure, they need to at least watch the show to see if there's something relatable.
Right. Culturally speaking, most countries outside of the West, your legacy are your children. The fruit that you bear, your offspring, are far more important than any job you have, any education that you get, period. That's just more valuable to them. Muhammad could get a PhD. If he doesn't have a child, he will always be seen as a failure by his family, period. That's just the reality.
All right. Now we go back to GBD. So he showed, this is him going to the airport to pick up Miona. I've been eating this the whole time, you just know. I could have told you that.
Sorry, guys.
That's why I was like, just letting you talk for a second.
Because I don't mix food and liquids. It's actually not good for your digestion. You should always wait and have your food either 20 minutes before or after.
She's a female version of me. I ruin people's day with my knowledge of certain things.
That's your holistic bit for today's.
Yep, she eat and then drink.
Recap. That's right. Now I can eat.
Okay, let's go.
I'm happy.
Because this guac is amazing. It's amazing.
I want to smack it in the back. It's so good.
Okay, so Gibri is going to meet Miona at the airport. They show him driving his dad's truck, and he's on the phone with his homeboy. His homeboy's trying to talk him out of this whole thing. He's like, basically, I know Serbian women. I know this type of woman. She's not good. Not a good look, man. Don't do it. And he's mad. He's like, I can't believe this, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, he's driving through the car wash, trying to get the car washed. He got the window halfway down, and he's not even paying attention. He gets wet. I'm like, okay, this guy, I already can see where this whole relationship is going to go, where this whole show is going to go. It's going to be one funny incident after another.
Yep. They're going to provide a lot of jokes this season, I reckon.
Because, oh yeah, before that, I forgot to mention, when he was getting ready at home to meet her, he was trying on his suit. He put the suit on, and he had all these gifts and stuff to put in the car. He bent down and split his pants. It's like,
he must have put on that weight love.
He's young.
That love weight, sorry.
The love weight. Yeah.
That caused him to split his trousers.
Split his trousers. I mean,
right down the center.
He got the car wash water in the car and soap suds and everywhere. So the bestie is trying to tell him, and he ain't listening. He's spitting facts about Miona is just concerned with being on Instagram, coming to America so she can be an influencer. She can be in LA. Foreigners get so tricked by America. I mean, it looks like, I see, it's so much propaganda when they get here. They be like, God, man, I gotta work every day. Like, I can never retire. I can never stop working. Like, I gotta do this and that. This is expensive. It's too much.
Yep.
But he even said she's coming for a green card, and that's telling for everything. It's really telling. But Gibri, he's young. He knows everything. So we'll see, homie.
He knows everything.
Hey. So now we go to Emily. This woman. She kind of reminds me of Kimberly from 90 Days. Before the 90 Days, she seemed like she's just into sex because
the sex tours, Kimberly.
Yeah, because all she's doing is she's picking out the lingerie. She's talking about, we're gonna get a hotel. Like, he's not gonna meet the son until we spend our adult time, because it's been a long time. I ain't had none and all this stuff. And the man is coming to see you, but he really want to see his son. This is an African man. Did you not? No, she don't know. She just don't understand. She don't understand these things.
Yeah.
These cultural things. It's so simple. Like, the man, he wants to see you, but he wants to see his freaking seed. This is a boy too. He's got a son.
He's missed out on 18 months.
Missed out.
See, if it were me, I would have said, let's go meet our son tonight. And then I would have planned for like the next weekend. Because she's living with her parents anyways.
Yeah, let him get some bonding time.
Yeah, some bonding. He's already missed nearly 2 years of his son's life. He missed the entire pregnancy. So I would have said, let's go home. Let's be with our baby tonight. Meet the family. And then I've arranged it so this weekend, we get a night away. My parents will stay with the baby.
Yeah.
That's how I would have done it, me personally. Because I wouldn't have robbed him of one more day away.
Right. And she even says that her and Kobe are polar opposites. So how is this going to work? We will see. Because he ain't going to like staying in that small town in Kansas. I'm going to tell you that. But, Africans are everywhere. So he might end up making he might end up making a store and being a baller out there, you know.
We are adaptable. I think I'm the first Eritrean born in Bologna, Italia.
The very first, like records of vital statistics would say you're the only one, first one.
Not first black person, first Eritrean. Did I say black person?
No, you said Eritrean.
My mom said that it's either me or a kid named Paulos. So I have to go check the records. Which is odd because I'm only 20 something years old, so it was just the other day. Just kidding.
All right.
But I know for certain, 100% guys, I was the first person in my hometown of Bologna, Italia, up in northern Italia, between Milano and Venezia. Look it up. I was the first person to be baptized Orthodox Christian. And I know this because they put me in the paper. Like, oh my gosh, what are we doing allowing these foreigners in? Because, you know, Italia is 99.99% Catholic until I came along. An Orthodox Christian. Wow. And then they had a field day. I'd like to show you that newspaper article.
All right, can't wait.
It was a hoopla, let me tell you, up in roars. Bologna is a very conservative city, so.
Your family has a lot of firsts, I will say. There's one more we'll mention later when y'all get to know Takestan Jones of that article, the newspaper article your mom has.
All right, yeah.
So anyway, this woman is just getting this lingerie ready. She got these big old panties. They're thongs.
Oh, no.
What do you call them? The tongs?
They're
tongs? Or the thongs? This big.
It was not that big. It was not that big.
Woo! That's a lot of material to make them tongs. But yeah.
Poor girl had a baby recently.
Nah, all right. I'll leave it alone. But yeah, which brings us, she's worried about her mom body. And I understand she's young. She wants the sex. She want to get it in. You know, she want to have fun. She was a party girl. She was clubbing all the time.
Hey, it's not just the young girls that want to get it in, is it now?
All women. All women want to get it in. Us guys, we just like, we just don't understand. Like, that's all that's on their mind. But anyway, dinner.
Role reversal.
So she's going to dinner with her best gay male best friend, and they talking about the whole thing. He's even saying, like, that's what y'all doing. Like, they're really good friends. I don't remember. I mean, now they seem like they were in a really nice Italian restaurant because that pizza looked like it was on fire.
Yeah, see, I needed you to bring up the food for me to even recall the scene.
That was because
it did look good.
I wish I had some pizza. Anyway, let's get it. So we're going back to Bilal and Shaida. She got the stank face all the way from the airport in that van. She's like looking out the window. She's like, what the heck did I get myself into? Like, and then she get to the neighborhood. She's looking around. She's like, oh man. And then the camera is showing the fixtures of the house and the outside of the house. And she was just like, oh man, this is it. Okay, this is what I did. I hope this man is worth it. And yeah, she can't believe the house is not that bad actually. It's not bad, but it's not something that somebody like her, how can I say it? It's not like a crack house. It's just old, and it needs some care. It needs some remodeling. It needs a gut. Full gut. Well, the ceiling was peeling, and it had water damage. But you know, you can. Okay, yeah, the house is pretty bad, but it looked clean enough. It wasn't like terrible. So they're sitting down. He's like, I can't remember the whole conversation, but he's like, are you just going to complain? Or are you going to roll up your sleeves and try to help out? And she's like, yeah, I'm going to do both. I'm still going to complain. And that's women. Like, that's what, you know,
true.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Women going to complain, but you can't get angry. You can't get mad. And so this trick is going on long enough. Like he actually had them, or they ordered dinner from some takeout. Yeah, it's like some fried fish and some weird looking spaghettios probably. Looked like canned spaghetti, if you ask me.
I can't believe they paid money for that food.
Yeah, and he was hotting his food up, is what she said, hotting it up, warming it up in the microwave. He's still using the microwave.
Horrible for you.
Yeah, and she didn't use no microwave. You know, island life. Nobody trying to use no microwave.
EMF exposure.
Yeah, it's
and it kills your food 1,000%. 1,000. So if you had something that was even partially nutritious, once it's been nuked, you're eating straight radiation.
And you know, microwaves are known to cause cancer. So just FYI.
If it's not putting life in you, it's killing you.
Yeah, warm up your food in the oven like the old school did. So anyway, she says this place is dilapidated, and it kind of is. So she called her mom. Mom started laughing. She's like, "Look what I'm living in." Mom was laughing.
This is America?
Yeah, that's America for you. Ah ha ha. If it don't work out, bring your backside back home. So yeah, they spent the night. Like he played this thing out. And so the next day, no, we're not gonna. That's the next episode. So then they go back to Jibri and Miona. I don't know. He picks her up. He got the red carpet in the airport. He's such a goofy kid, and he put the red carpet out.
They want to live that Instagram life.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Exciting.
Everything they do is for the gram.
Mm-hmm. He put the red carpet out. You got travelers walking across it. He's like, "Oh man, come on, you gonna walk on?" Like, what did you expect? You in the Ellsworth Air Force Base airport. I guess that's the biggest airport. It's on the Air Force Base. I don't know. That was it.
Didn't she allude to how she flew over New York and wanted to get off there?
Yeah, she wanted to. This is my stop, y'all. I'm getting my parachute. Let me out.
Yeah.
So that was it.
Miona, New York is not for the faint of heart. I'm telling you that right now.
She just a child. She gonna end up selling more than dreams to live in New York and LA.
There is ever a city that can literally chew you up and spit you out. It's New York. So here's the thing with New York, Miona. It is truly that city which can chew you up and spit you out. I know, because I have felt a couple of times that it has chewed me up and spat me out. Don't think I was always in that fabulous penthouse in BK. Like how when he met me. It wasn't always that way.
That was a penthouse, for sure. Yeah, I mean, same way in LA. You just ain't, you're gonna be on Skid Row, you're gonna be hanging with everybody else who got off the bus thinking they was gonna just get out and start acting.
Yeah, I've lived in Section 8 buildings in New York. True story.
And overpaid.
And then I moved into a penthouse and overpaid yet again.
So, all right, so then where we go? I'm going back to Bilal and Shaida. Yeah, she still ain't happy. He carried this out until the next day. Then we go to Cowboy Jibri, because he's in South Dakota. He's like a black cowboy who's 20. Yeah, this 28-year-old man, he is something else. So yeah, he's got the pink on and all this stuff, all these gifts, like an American flag and all this stuff. I don't know. He's at odds with his family though, because they like, you ain't got no money, you don't got no job. What are you gonna do? Like, how you gonna support this girl? Because we supporting her right now, and you. So that's the second set of parents who are like, I gotta support all of y'all. All right, so then we go back to Kobe and Emily. So Emily is going to meet Kobe at the airport. Well, before she goes, you know, they show her she's getting milk, pumping the milk out. And she's still like, man, I ain't had no sex in 2 years. She wait for that D. Yeah, so she's talking about her hotel plans, and you know, she's still worried about her weight gain and stuff. And Guillermo and Cara, they are in DR. They're at the airport. They're getting ready to fly into VA, Dulles International Airport, which is about from where she lives in Charlottesville. Charlottesville is south, and it's west. It's south of that, about 2 hour drive.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Let's see.
Have fun, Guillermo. In the country.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the classic escape from Venezuela. You know, Guillermo's originally from Venezuela, moved to Dominican Republic. Now he's lucky enough to be in the States.
It's a full circle moment, actually, because when you consider that it's America that destabilized Venezuela.
Oh, more on that in the video.
Which then led him to flee Venezuela to go to the DR, only to then move to the country, which has destabilized his own country, made it too dangerous for him to stay in.
And since they destabilized the country, they let you travel on an expired passport.
Because they've got blood on their hands.
Yeah, so he got through. He was so worried about getting through customs and that that's done. They're like, oh, why don't you say you was from Venezuela?
Yeah. We did this to you. We know what we did. Come on through. You know, we want you guys out so we can come in and take the oil. Ooh,
yeah.
Did I say that out loud?
Yeah, you did. Well, it only took them 2 hours to be detained instead of 5 hours. So anyway, we're going back to Eve and Muhammad. So she has a meeting with her yogi friends, and I guess they trying to talk some sense into her.
Meditate on this, Eve. This is not the move.
Yeah, I mean,
go inward.
They talking about, you know,
go inward.
They asking her about the sex with the dude,
with the virgin,
and she was like, he was a virgin. So did he last? You know, you girls are very graphic. Men, we don't know just how women talk. They are graphic as AF. You know what I'm saying?
I reckon you guys are the same too. You don't talk.
We don't tell. It just depends on who we talking to. But you guys just talk.
The areolas. You don't talk about whether the booties are clapping.
We have one or two friends. It depends. We got one friend that we can trust that we would say that to, because we don't want all our friends knowing what you got and how you do it.
Oh, okay. So you would describe a woman's areola as the size of her clitoris?
No, we ain't got to do that.
No.
We just say what's good. Oh yeah, she is stunning. 100 out of 100. Okay. You know, but we don't get all to the. See, y'all be in the details. I know y'all be. Yeah, he's like this, he's like this, or he like. So anyway, let's get off of that subject, because I know how y'all do. Anyway, yeah, they was like, oh, really? And he a virgin? Really? Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, really? He told you he's a virgin. That's what you're supposed to say, but you know, there's enough. Well, I ain't gonna say that.
Listen, someone once told me that they were a virgin, and I passed on that.
Really?
100%. Oh, I didn't tell you the story?
No, but that sounds like a good story time video.
And I was like, no, thank you. And that gentleman was 31. I was a few years older, still in my 30s at the time. I know it still looks like I am, but...
wow.
And I was like, this is not for me.
Well,
that's a lot of responsibility to take on.
Yeah,
you know,
because you might as well marry the guy.
Yeah, because he's waited this long, you know. And then what's the expectation, that he only be with you? I still don't think that that's necessarily fair.
At 30, no.
So that's why for me, it was a no. And for Eve, it should have been a no.
Yeah, I mean, she got other stuff to worry about. Like, she got to worry about if she can have drinks. Because these Muslims, no drinking, no smoking. I know she looked like she looked it. I can just tell. I know the devil knows his own 'Cause this is a family show. Why'd you say that?
Did you see that?
Okay.
You see what I put up there.
So, I mean, she was like, oh, he knows I have occasional drink every once in a while. Why do you even have to say that? That already
Whilst
tells
having
me.
a whole wine flight.
Yeah.
Whilst enjoying an entire wine flight.
And, I mean, you know, she's just another American corrupting one of these good virginal Muslim boys. All right, so, but, you know, she said he knew everything to do. That means, I don't know. I don't know. I can't, because I don't know what she had before. So I guess as long as it was better than what was before, it was A1. Top choice, I guess. Man, her friends are worried that she won't be able to do anything, you know, like drinking, PDA.
Oh, don't worry.
Wearing bikinis, you know, let her the girls show, you know, the cleavage. Because you yogis, man, y'all like to let y'all stuff hang out.
Well, I was just going to say, if you practice yoga, it's hard to do so fully clothed. Like, you know, sometimes it's just in a sports bra and some shorts or some yogi pants, you know, which are very fitted.
And y'all want to look good while y'all doing it.
You know, I mean, it's we don't do it for the looks. We do it also for comfort, primarily. It's just part of the sort of the yogi world, right? It's understandable.
I mean,
which is why. Sorry. No. You were saying I always what? Walk around half naked.
People comment on your chesticles.
It's just part of the world that we're in. You know, it's very common, which is actually why a lot of studios have this in place, a rule that generally, you know, prevents teachers and students from dating, is because everyone is half naked. It could create a lot of problems, but I've digressed.
I didn't know that about the yoga world, but go ahead.
But yeah, because I mean, it's an opportunity, especially for I hate to say it, but for predators, right? Because everyone's half naked. So, and if you're a teacher with nefarious intentions, we will say, right? It could go, anyways.
That's why I don't attend your yoga classes, because I don't want to be like batting y'all off with a stick.
This guy, I tell you. But no, I was just going to say, Eve's friends don't need to worry because Muhammad is going to leave.
That's her prediction.
1,000%. He is going to leave.
They still worried that, you know, she won't, that, because they call her out. It's like, that's not love. Like, it's an addiction to somebody. Like, you ain't in love with him. You're addicted to him or something.
Yeah.
Like, because you're changing too much of yourself. You know, they worried that she's going to lose herself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is she really in love, or is she really just happy she found someone that she likes physically who treats her good?
Even if she loves him genuinely, she would say to him, go live your best life. Reach out to me when you're 40. Yeah.
I mean, well, and at this moment, she's pissed at everybody because, you know, because they keep questioning her. But they're her friends. I mean, she should be happy to have friends instead of just saying, oh, go on, girl, he look good, and all this stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't have good friends. I mean, anyway, you know, we do it. We listen to wrong things. We only want to hear what we want to hear. We want to be with people who agree with us at sometimes. It's not going to do you any good. So we go back to Jibri and Miona. So, like I said, she was expecting them to move out of Rapid City.
Mm-hmm.
She's got LA on her mind. She's got the gifts. They meet at the airport. She has the roses, the American flag. He's taking pictures for the gram right there at that meeting. Like the whole thing is gonna be on the internet. She's living for the internet. I mean, they oversharing. That's what you do when you're young. Okay, everybody overshares. She said she's gonna leave if they don't move to LA. She really said that. I don't know if she's joking.
No.
Yeah.
She's trying. She's coming here like how everyone else is coming here of that age.
Yeah.
And that's wanting to be an influencer. is they're all coming here to try to live the Kardashian dream.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So, and you're not going to be able to do that in South Dakota.
And then we go back to Bilal and Shaida, and she just feeling deceived, and she's ready for him to sell off like some of them suits and these, because when he showed up, she was like, he need to sell that stuff that he came down here with. If we living like this,
right?
Like this ain't gonna work.
All right. Who's to say, by the way, I'm sorry, but who's to say that those didn't come from Canal Street in New York City?
Yeah.
Do you know how to tell when a Louis is a real Louis?
Yeah, it's not leather.
Not just that, but the edges match up because it's hand stitched.
Oh.
When you see that the pattern is off, that's a clear indication that it's a fault. It's a fake.
You hear that, folks? Knowledge. Okay, so let's go to episode 3, shall we? All right, 3. Can't remember the name of that one, but they start off with Bilal again and Shaida. So 48-year-old versus 37-year-old.
No, 42.
Is he 42?
He's 42.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. So her mom is like, yeah, smoke and mirrors. I knew it. She feels ambushed. She feels concerned that she's well, maybe she overreacted a little bit. I don't know. She kind of like, she don't know what to think, really. And you see, he wakes up in the morning, he puts on a t-shirt that says, be grateful. Like, he's doing too much. Like, he is so stupid. He is so dumb. Like, why are you doing this to this poor girl? I understand the joke is a joke. It was funny, like, the first hour. But, you carrying this whole thing really too far. But, yeah, her mom has a conversation. She's laughing and all that stuff. And she really told her to jump on the next plane and get back home.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
All right, so now we go to Eve and Muhammad. They meet at the airport. They hug and kiss. He says he wants a mother. He wants somebody to love him like his mom. Red flag number 8,000.
That's right, because you can take care of him.
He grew up.
He's going to be out there living his best life.
Getting taken care of,
He's going to go out and tow in the streets like he should at this age, and then come home, hopefully to a nice home-cooked meal, But he's not going to want to sit around and raise your child, Netflix and chill with you. Not at this age.
When she gets 60, he's going to be 30.
38.
38. He's still, like, that might as well be 25 in these days.
Right.
So then they threw in Binyam, my Ethiopian brother, my Habesha brother.
It's too much.
Threw him in Ariella. How you say it?
It's Ariella, but we can refer to her as Ari for short. Here's my thing. How many seasons have we seen this couple? First of all, who even knew that they weren't married still? Not only did we not know, we genuinely don't care.
No, after his...
Who cares?
Hit song with Solid Wood, I was like, okay, that's done with them.
We saw them in a reunion off one of these spinoffs. They were in the U.S. That song had already been out. They have a baby. What else is there to tell us? Who cares if you're married or not? I mean, and this is how you know 90 Day Fiance is struggling.
Yeah.
Because the cast from last season for 90 Days Before the 90 Days were all sociopaths. Delusional.
They was crazy.
Who clearly did not pass the psychiatric tests.
Ever.
They had not passed any tests, and you guys decided to put them on the cast anyways, but I digress. And now I can see that you're having trouble even with your namesake, with your actual show, not even a branch off, but the actual show. Because you brought a couple that we've seen now for years, and frankly, we are tired of, onto this iteration of 90 Days. Is it just me?
Yeah, I mean, I like seeing the little baby, and I like seeing his family.
He is cute.
I like seeing Ethiopia, but other than that, when they go to the States, I don't want to see them no more.
Yeah,
Because I don't want to be seeing her parents.
Yeah.
And they, they rich
the dynamic.
Family life, and he's just like, just there,
Yeah, and I feel like he's going to be raised.
He's going to be bored.
He's going to be raised Jewish, which is fine. I'm not saying anything about Judaism, so don't even try to come for me. I'm just saying that his dad is obviously Christian Orthodox, right? So there's that. And he was born in a country that recognizes, or that is primarily Christian Orthodox. Well, I should say half-half, and Muslim. And yes, there are Jewish people as well, people that practice the Jewish faith. But I just feel like what he said, he kind of alluded to, which is her family is going to take over. I don't want to see that,
Yeah.
He'll have no injera, probably ever. The culture, will be gone. And, the Ethiopian culture, which I care about.
He's going to get a bar mitzvah and all that stuff.
Yeah, he's going to get all, and all that's beautiful, but he's half Ethiopian still, right? So, which is why I don't really care to see how they progress. I'm sorry to say it, because I feel like that one side will get etched out and the child will be American Jewish.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he got some talent.
Like his dad?
Yeah, hopefully he gets his dad talent, because at least he'll have a little more opportunity. So, anyway, she's talking about their tumultuous history. Like, I don't even believe they're really together.
I don't either. So
they might have did that for the show, but anyway.
For the check.
Yeah. So let's go to Jibri and Miona. So yeah, she's rocking her cowboy boots and her cowboy hat, and yeah, he was supposed to get his stuff together though before he brought her here. He's showing. Okay.
No, I want to say, you as a parent, would you allow for your children to do this? Import a spouse if they're not even living on their own, if they're not on their own 2 feet? Would you take that?
I'm not gonna do that.
This
I mean, I'm encouraging the son to do everything you're supposed to do.
Right. But if he were living with you at the age of 29, would you be okay with him bringing a girl over from the other part of the world on your dime so they could live under your roof?
Nah, that's a mistake you gotta make on your own.
Kind of like he did.
If you ain't gonna listen to, I mean, but I have people telling me, I have somebody telling me other mistakes. At least I can be able to tell you, look, don't do this because of this, don't do this because of that, don't do that because of that. That's the thing about life experience. You can teach somebody things to help them.
Right. Because I'm not a parent yet, and I feel too like I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be okay with my adult child. I understand adult children needing some help, because I've needed help too from time to time, but I wouldn't support my child in bringing another human being from another country so that I could also now have to provide for this other young adult that I'm not even in any way, shape, or form related to. I wouldn't do it, me personally, as a parent.
Maybe behind the scenes, the parents, like, you got 12 months and
that's
you already
generous.
passed one.
That's still I wouldn't do it for 12 months or for 12 weeks. I wouldn't do it for 12 days.
When you bring TV into it, maybe it could be twofold. Are we going to be on TV?
And I can get my verified status?
Yeah.
I'll be the coolest one at bingo.
Oh, man, that was good. That was good.
All my friends at bingo know I'm verified on the gram. Me and all my 300 supporters.
So as you see, when he was showing her, now we've been to South Dakota. We've been through there. It's actually pretty nice. It's not no city, but it's nicer than what I expected it to be. But when he's showing her his city now, it may not be where he want to be, but he's showing her his city. This is where, and he's proud in some ways, and she's just like, no, I'm not. I don't see what'd you tell me? What'd you show me? Oh, I missed it. Because if you blink, you can miss it. Whatever you're trying to show you.
Right.
There's really nothing there.
You'll miss the skyline because it's not there.
There's no skyline. He can show you little shops and
you'll miss the rooftops.
Stores. Yeah.
But they're not there.
All the rooftops, you can see every rooftop from any rooftop. You see every rooftop in the city from one rooftop. So yeah, she's just worried about meeting his mom, and I called it. he's wallet fishing. She's black fishing and he's wallet fishing.
Explain this term to me.
He's acting like he got it when he don't got it.
Oh, but did you just make that up though?
I did.
That was clever.
You know he should.
We might
make that
need
up.
to patent that, hashtag that. Like,
Okay.
what do we need to
Don't
do?
give it like this.
Well, we already listen.
Already
We're the
got
first
the
ones. You've
patents.
heard it right here.
I already got
Wallet
the patents in the work.
Fishing.
I got the patents in the work.
Okay.
I got the
Yeah.
t-shirts hot.
Stop
Anyway.
wallet fishing, youth of today. The youth of today. Stop wallet fishing.
All right. We're going to Kobe and Emily. Kobe 34, Emily 29. She's talking to, so she picked up Kobe. They hugged, they kissed. He said, I guess they asked him, what did he think? He's like, oh, she gained weight. So she's looking perturbed, but that's not a bad thing in African culture.
That's right. And again, it's one more thing that because she's probably not taken any onus or interest in the African culture, that's actually a compliment back home.
Yeah, she looks healthy.
It means that you have enough money to eat things like dairy, eggs, milk, meat. And when you can do that back home, you're considered of wealth.
So, yeah, so that didn't go well for her, but he didn't mean anything by it. He's just wanting to see his son, Coben. And, yeah. So we go to Eve and Mohammed. Now, she's showing him her house. And he's like, this is double the size of my house with all my family. So, you live here alone. It's like one of them looks, you really live here alone in all this house? But he loves being taken care of. He's angry that she didn't get the bidet installed. And she's like, you gonna install the mug? He's like, nope, you go get it installed. But that's the least she can do, bringing this man all the way from Egypt. If you know about the culture and you've read on the culture, everybody in these Muslim countries, well, African countries,
yeah, and many
we have a
European
bidet.
countries as well.
bidet, and yeah, he's pretty perturbed, and I will be too if that's what I'm used to. Like, we can't just use toilet paper.
Yeah.
We need to wash it, sprinkle it.
And because he prays 5 times a day.
Yeah.
It's how he shows up for prayer. That's why it's important to him to have the bidet.
That's right. That's right. So
and you don't even have to install a whole one. Now they've got those the ones that just hook up to your toilet.
Yeah.
And basically it pulls
you put that on there.
Yeah, and it pulls the water right from the tank, and it has a handle so that you can do your business.
Yeah. So
it's a whole thing.
That's another thing with this show. Especially nobody takes the time to research cultures. So,
it's because, you know why? Partly it's because everyone is kind of familiar to some degree about the American culture because it's the most popular culture, right? There's
most
Hollywood,
televised,
music,
most propagandized,
the most influential culture on the planet, because so much of the media and everything comes from the United States. So most people consider that they've had some experience. They kind of get an idea, gist of what it is to be in America and an American. But Americans don't very infrequently do they take the interest to find out, well, what is the culture in Cameroon, Venezuela, right? Tunisia, like we've seen this in the past play out numerous times. Brazil, like what's the norm, what's not, what's acceptable, what's not.
I always take an interest in my partner's culture.
100%, I can vouch for that.
Okay, so then
he speaks better Tigrinya than I do. Nothing funny.
All right, so Benyam and Ari, we go back to them. B is telling his friends, what's going on. He's going to America. He got the visa. He's up out of there. But he waits to the last day. He's doing a premiere of his song or whatnot. I don't know. The timeline is all messed up because that song came out last year.
And we've seen them at a reunion already.
Yeah.
So that's partly why we feel like this story has already it's wrapped up for us. We didn't know that they weren't married and we don't care again.
Yeah. I mean, his friends is like, y'all relationship ain't worth it. But I understand him because he already had one son taken away from him. So I understand what he's doing.
He wants to go because he's also hoping, I imagine, at the back of his mind that he can reconnect also with that other child.
Oh, fine.
In addition to whatever opportunities he can also benefit from.
Middle America, New Jersey.
Yeah, but that's way closer than Ethiopia and Middle America.
I mean,
but
I guess.
I wonder if this was taped like a year and a half ago, their segment. Because you're right, that video is so old.
Yeah, dance.
And we've seen Binyam in the States already.
Hey, but we not supposed to know that.
But they showed
we two in tune.
No, but he was in a reunion already.
But these shows are for the Middle America. We don't pay attention. He's just another black dude.
All right, this is his first time on 90 Days. Continue.
Yeah. So he's scared to tell his sister that his sisters, and his sisters are official. They don't be playing around. They don't, how you say, mince words?
No, because we know our part.
Yeah.
We know the part. After our parents, who do you think is running? Because
he's the baby.
Well, yeah, and unfortunately, that's who he has left to like raise him and support him. So they take that role very seriously.
Yeah, and he's the youngest, and they're very protective.
Yeah.
And so now we go back to Jibri and Miona. What happened? Damn, he ripped his sweater. He ripped his pants. He got water in the truck. She ain't even lived there 24 hours. She already hated. She hate. Okay, let's go to Bilal and Shaida. Now he's about to like finish the game. So he's like, hey, let's pack up. We're going to meet my mom for lunch. So he actually drives her to his neighborhood, to his house, and she starts in his neighborhood. She's like, oh, okay, now we talking, like, yeah, like, I see houses. Yeah, I'm staying here. You can go back to that house.
Mother-in-law.
Yeah, we can just, we can live separately. I'm gonna do whatever. We see nice yards and stuff, so she's feeling a little better. Then he's like, surprise.
Welcome home, babe.
I know she want to punch him in his throat. Why you put me through that? But he charms her again to disarm her. He shows her the yoga room he made for her, so she can do her yoga, and they can pray. Well, they already have prayer rooms, but yeah, he had a gym that he turned to the yoga room. So, and then yeah. So she's so happy. She's like relieved, and he got good taste, I might say, for the house.
His home is beautiful, yeah, and it's very neutral. It's very easy on the eyes, spacious, bright. I was I too was pleasantly surprised.
No clutter. It's just
modern.
Yeah,
very clean.
He's
nice. Also self-professed OCD, so it could be an issue if you're not an OCD person.
Yeah.
If two people aren't both OCD, it can be difficult for the person that is not OCD.
And this is where that problem comes in.
Well, but he's also OCD.
No, but she's not.
Oh, I thought you were referring to me being OCD and you're not.
No. Oh. I meant for Bilal. Yeah. So we might have a little issue there.
See, we're both very neat, very tidy people. So for us, it works.
It works. Believe me. It works, because, man.
With us, less is more.
Yeah. We're like, we're in our part of our lives where like experiences over things.
Oh, yeah.
So
1,000%.
Much rather spend $5,000 on a trip somewhere than $5,000 on a bag. Or
no doubt about
shoes.
it. Stop the madness.
I don't know. A new TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, when you see how the world is going, you gotta realize like you gotta do other things become important.
100%.
I mean, as long as we we about that paper though. Don't get us wrong. We about the living nice and living good, but that doesn't equal material.
No.
So
we believe in experiences. We believe in having loads of money in the bank and accessible to us, but not loads of things to represent that we have loads of money. That's not how we...
Deeds.
That part.
Property. Real estate.
Right.
So, back to where we're talking about. Kobe.
But that comes with season in life. So.
Yeah. Experiences. Kobe and Emily. Kobe begrudgingly agrees to sexy time.
Favorite part of it for 2022.
Instead of seeing his son. Like, he's really hurt. He's like, I could see it in his eyes, like, oh man, I gotta do this. Yeah. I came here to see my son.
I have to do the work.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to her.
Yeah, he's begrudgingly like, dang, I gotta do this. All right, let me put on my game face. But anyway,
that's horrible. I can't believe you just said that.
He wants to see his son. He ain't thinking about it. But anyway, they go to this restaurant, and he's like, I'm the only black person in here. She's like, yeah, I didn't want to tell you that. But they did show a black person in there, so he's the second one.
Well, he's probably driving through like we were.
Yeah. But yeah, he wasn't comfortable. So she's asking him about working and finances. So she expects him to be working and able to provide for their son. Like right now. Not now, but right now. And wow. That was really thought out.
I mean, he arrived like half hour ago.
Yeah.
From Cameroon.
I mean,
it's going to take some time.
And then she's talking about the ring he gave her that he engaged with. It was what he could afford at the time in China. It wasn't expensive. I mean, he was there, modeling underwear. He was single, he didn't have so much disposable income. So yeah, she's talking about she wants that replaced with a new ring.
I think there are many things that need to come before a new ring, me personally.
Yeah.
A deed. Like a title to a property.
Exactly.
Some real estate.
Her dad is trying to talk sense to her. Her dad is trying to talk sense, but she's not having it. I think her dad and Kobe are going to get along. That's what I think, because Kobe is reasonable.
Yeah, even keel.
Yeah, and I'm sure once her dad meets him, he'll be relieved. Like, this guy, I don't think he no bum. I don't think he's going to be a bum. Yeah, I don't think he has an error. He's not trying to live off of her.
No, he's going to want to make himself. He's got pride. He's an African. I believe that he's going to want to stand up, or get on his own 2 feet, rather, not stand up, but get on his own 2 feet and provide for his own family. But in the list of priorities, a ring is just that's not the priority, because neither one of them has a career going. They're not living on their own. They're not independent, and they have a child to support. All of those things have to come before a fancy wedding and a ring, because you can literally go to City Hall and be married tomorrow. You can be with the ring that you have now or no ring until you guys get on your feet. But it's this living for the gram and having to show it. What's the point of showing off a rock if you are broke? I don't understand. Like, what is the point of that? I'm posting a rock, but I live with my parents. I can't even support my own child. I don't have a career. Like, what is it's like literally all smoke and mirrors. You want to have something to back up whatever it is that you're showing off. If you have a great ring because your partner can afford it, hopefully, like, you have everything else going for you as well, because otherwise it's just a ring. And this is the economist in me. It's the water diamond paradox. It's one of the first things that I learned. I have a degree in economics, for those of you that don't know. Have you heard of this, the water diamond paradox?
Remind me. I've heard of it, but I can't.
Is literally, it's one of the first things that we learn. It's economics 101. It's how this, as a society, especially in the West, we value things like diamonds, which bring us actually no value at all, over water, which is what keeps you alive, right? So it's that, in essence, what it's teaching you is that you're not focused on what you need to actually be able to survive and sustain yourself, the things that are fundamental, that matter, versus how everyone else thinks that you're living. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is known as the water diamond paradox.
It's a lot of paradoxical things. happening in the world, because again, we show what we have, what we do. We don't show everything, but we care about other opinions. And just, it's important to some of us that people see us doing this and that. And like you said, the things that matter don't matter.
Right.
But the things that don't matter, matter.
It's literally the upside down world that we're living in.
Yeah.
Like in Stranger Things, we're in the upside down world where people value bags, Chanel, Ferraris over organic food, access to good, clean food, true holistic wellness and well-being. I mean, the whole thing is just, we've done this to ourselves, but I'll leave that for another video.
Yeah, but we can't sit here and say that we weren't like that at one time.
100%.
We're human.
That's true.
And we live in the West.
That's true.
So we had,
100%.
all those things were about things. I still got a closet full of stuff.
Designer clothes that I'm about to sell on Poshmark. Look out for that. He does. He has Yeezys. Yeezys rather. He's got designer
Louis.
bags, Louis. All that stuff will be on Poshmark soon. Look out for it.
She got rid of all my
You get to own Ishé's old designer things because we're getting property in Kenya. Okay, that's what we're doing.
We're just smart with money. Be smart with your money. That's all I'm saying.
But
be smart with your money.
Like as you said, we're not speaking down to anyone because we do have the benefit of experience. We've already gone through this.
Yeah, we did the cars.
We did all of that, which is why if we're able to impart anything that prevents people that are younger from us from going down the same road, so you can save time and money and headache. That's why we mention it, not to make anyone feel bad. We were literally in the same shoes.
Yeah. Maybe it is a little age, but it's also, you got to be like, if you have somebody, conditioning you or talking this to you, you would understand too.
True.
I think we all evolve. When you don't evolve, you're still doing the same things at 70 or 60, whatever, 50, 40, 50, 60, 70. Those things still matter to you, then, that's how you are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we need people like that to to leave other stuff to us.
True.
Like, you go ahead and buy all those, you want to buy the Bentley that's like big as a house. You can't even park it. You live in a middle class neighborhood,
right?
And you got a Bentley, you're shopping at Walmart. I seen a Bentley at Walmart. I did a video on this.
Did you?
There's a guy around this neighborhood who drives a Bentley. I see him at Walmart. He can't park the Bentley, and Bentleys don't fit in a regular space. If you ever seen a real Bentley, the box, it doesn't fit in a space. He has to park it diagonal in a handicap space. I see this guy all over the place. I'm like, you supposed to have a driver for this car. Like, why are you? I mean, you can spend your money however you want. You can buy whatever you want. I'm just saying, like, where does it? Maybe because, I've done finance for most of my life. My degrees are in finance and accounting. So the value of money, I know the color of money, value of money, and she's an economist. So it's like, that's how we think. So
we're not trying mistakes though in the past. Because I don't want to be like, I've made a ton of mistakes, and so
my thing is t-shirts.
Yeah, and shoes.
But to be fair, I don't buy shoes like I used to.
Right. My thing would be days at the spa. Facials, mani-pedis, all those sorts of things. Getting my hair done every week, getting my eyebrows every week. But less so partially because, well, A, I'm no longer in New York, so my lifestyle has changed, and then secondly because we're aggressively saving for something
we have
bigger.
Goals for
we have what we have referred to, if you watched our videos before, an exit strategy.
The golden parachute.
Right. Because when you have a dream that's big enough, you don't need a crisis.
Right. So now I would say the majority of our money probably goes to buying quality food.
Our second biggest expense, I would say, after the mortgage, right, is probably the cost of
Yeah.
food in this house because I don't compromise. We have alkaline water, nature-made alkaline water.
I take care of the living. She takes care of the other
Right.
stuff.
So we sleep on very simple organic sheets.
Cotton,
organic, cotton sheets,
She threw
organic
away
cotton.
all my
Listen,
cleaners and detergents and everything.
because those are the things that matter me now, right? Is
Yeah,
what are we
see?
exposed to? Toxicity,
She got rid of all the toxic products in the house.
I want a clean home because that's how we maintain our wellness. So those are the things that matter. But again, after having made many, many mistakes, me personally, I've now finally gotten to a place where I understand and understand what matters.
So we got on this subject on a tangent
We
because
sure did.
of how these people are
'Cause
acting on these shows.
The little girl that wants the big ring from Kobe, what's her name?
Emily.
Right, and we were just trying to say to bring it all back is that get your own house first.
Yeah, get your place, get an apartment at least.
Yeah, get a career going, and then focus on the material things if you need them.
I'm sure he's like this African man. I'm sure he's going to be on that. That's
Practical.
the field he's on.
Yeah, and that's the thing because back home we don't even do that. We actually don't do this whole ring ceremony thing back home. That's something that the West does. Maybe the really young kids nowadays are doing it. Why? Because they've been exposed more to the tendencies of the West. But otherwise, basically, two families would come together, put two young people together. There was an exchange of wedding bands, and that's it.
Yeah, and we're not even going to get into
And a dowry.
the whole, wait a minute, the beers thing with diamonds are not really even worth anything.
Well, it goes back to the
It's
water diamond
promotion.
paradox.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
water
all
diamond
marketing and promotion.
Yeah, 100%.
But we're not saying that that's not the reason we ain't wearing diamonds. I'm just saying, this is the truth. Like, it's just the truth. Like, you don't even, half the stuff in jewelry stores are not, I don't know.
Worth what they tell it with the price tag.
We pay a lot. We pay a premium for things, and we don't know the value.
And when you find out value, and he can tell you from experience, is when you try to resell. Right?
Wow.
He'll tell you.
Yes.
That's when you know value.
Yeah.
Right? Price is one thing, and then value is another thing. If you can't resell it and get what you spent on it, what you paid for it or more, that lets you know. That lets you know right there.
Yep. But they're pretty and they're shiny, and the person's worth it. I guess you would buy it.
If you can do it cash.
If you can do it cash.
And it doesn't, impact you negatively.
I won't say if the person's worth it. I mean, if you love that person and that's what they, they want it, and you do it. You do it.
Mm-hmm. But it shouldn't put anyone out for me.
No.
If you can afford to pay it and you have it.
If you have it, have at it.
Great,
It's everybody has different goals and different things they want to do and what they want to do with their money.
But to buy a $20,000 ring that you have to pay off over 5 years, what is the point of that?
And then when you resell it,
you
how
can't.
much you get?
A fraction.
Yeah. You can
So
get a
what's the
third.
point? Yeah. So what's the point?
Quarter. Yeah. If it's 20,000, you might get 5.
Mm-hmm.
You might get 5. But anyway, so we go back to Binyam and Ari, which we don't want to go back to, but they are at this place. They're having a good time. The family's there. They're watching the video. He's performing to the video. They're having drinks and food. They doing
If you know, you know. If you don't know, sorry for you.
So, he tells them that he's got the visa and he's leaving tomorrow. And they're like,
you mofo.
What? Bingham, that wasn't good. But he says they say he's not happy and he's being manipulated by the lady, Ari, and they don't trust her. And they're mad because they thought Ari and Bingham were keeping it a secret on purpose from them. And of course they're blaming her, saying this is all drummed up by you because you're the outsider and you manipulated our brother to think like this. And she is like, well, I'm not marrying you, I'm marrying him. Why did she say that? Why did she just keep her mouth shut. I mean, you know what's gonna happen, right? You know you messed up, right? So they're like, she don't. Oh, okay. She don't respect us, huh? That's how you playing? That's okay. All right. Well, hey, 90 days, they ain't gonna make it. I hope they don't make it. So anyway, the sister gets up, splashes her with some wine, walks off. She lucky that's all she got. She lucky that's all she got. Because that one big sister.
Not the big sister.
The big sister. Well, but they both the big sisters.
Shade monster.
But
the physically bigger sister?
The healthy sister. She look like she don't play either. Yeah, they would toss Ari up. And,
yeah.
But yeah, so that's it for that episode.
Yeah, so we're off to a shaky start. We're going to sign off now so we can watch episode 4. Hopefully it will get better.
4. And I hope we didn't go off on too much of a tangent.
Hopefully you were entertained.
You were entertained.
Because we tried to drop some gems.
We dropped some gems. But that's what happens when you get a finance person, an economist person in the same room who are also creatives.
Right.
We just talk about money.
We talk about loads of stuff. So hopefully, someone out there will make one less mistake because of our
we're just trying to tell you our mistakes and what we make.
That's right.
So with that being said,
what do you rate those 3 episodes? Let's just sum it up so far. The season, just sum it up.
The season so far?
Yeah, first 3 episodes.
The season so far?
Mm-hmm.
I can't rate it, but I'll tell you who I'm interested to tune into.
Go ahead.
Bilal and Shaida.
Okay.
I gotta see what's going on with them.
They are the most fascinating to me as well.
Because I think stuff is gonna start unraveling.
Mm-hmm. Mostly because he's playing games.
Yeah, when he started to show off playing that game, I'm like, I wonder what else is going on.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to see, kind of interested about Jibri just because he's entertaining. And it's kind of like, you know when a crash is about to happen, you see the light turning and you see a car just like a Dodge Charger or some kind of muscle car that they not stopping. I don't know, but yeah. So far I give it a 7 out of 10.
I'm gonna give the first 3 episodes cumulatively an average of a 6 out of 10. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. And on that note, we've got to go watch episode 4, guys. So stay tuned.
Yeah, you'll hear our recap and review.
Or how we do it in Europe is like this, actually. We don't do 4 like this in Europe.
Y'all weird.
Because this
y'all are
counts
backwards.
as a finger.
You're so backwards.
It's funny that you should say that, given that everyone that's here and that's not native actually came from over there. Well, everyone
it doesn't negate the fact when I
anyways.
go over there, I feel like I'm in Bizarro land because everything is weird. All right, now I'm just joking. I love Europe. Love Africa more, but
amen.
Let's go. All right, last words.
Get free and stay free.
And stay decent. All right, peace.